welcome back to my channel. This is Bernadette from Burnt Stitches. Welcome everyone. I hope that you're all having a great Saturday. If you are new to my channel, welcome. This channel is mainly about cross stitching, so I use this channel to show projects that I'm currently working on, plans that I have for stitching, and any hauls that I have. So if you're new and you like this content, please feel free to like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back and thank you so much for tuning in and continuing to support me. So some updates before I get started. I recently just got back from a trip. I actually went to Mexico City for a week on vacation. There's been I've had a lot of changes happen in the last few weeks. So number one, I think I mentioned this on my last video, which is not the last video, but the second to the last video I've had, which is my unboxing of my stitchy kits. I basically left my job. I've been with that company for almost a decade. So it is actually, it's been a really long time, but I've decided to accept a new role at a different company. So yeah, I am taking a month off in between just so I can, de-stress and come to the new job, fully refreshed and ready to dive in. So that is my big life update. Yeah, so, I decided it's time to take a quick vacation. So my fiance and I went to Mexico City. It is so gorgeous. If you are planning on going, I highly recommend it. Let me know if you do and if you'd like some recommendations. I would love to share my experience. I think actually the highlight of our trip was when we went outside of Mexico City and we did hot air balloons over the pyramids. I'm not going to attempt to say the name of the pyramids. It starts with a T, but it was gorgeous. The hot air balloon ride was so fun. I actually got a little bit of an anxiety attack when I got into the hot air balloon. I love to travel, but I am not the biggest fan of flying, ironically. It's mostly due to turbulence, especially when it flies over oceans and whatnot. So never a fan of turbulence or anything, where you feel like you're constantly going up and down. I don't like those feelings. So I got into the hot air balloon, and it was the hot air balloon basket. It doesn't just open. You actually have to climb on it. So there's some little holes in the basket so that you can use it as a foot holder to hop in. And so as soon as I hop into the balloon, I then kind of have an anxiety attack, because I literally thought that for a hot air balloon, you would literally shot up in the air. And so I got a little bit of an anxiety attack because I hate that feeling. This is why I don't like that ride. I don't like those rides in the fairs or when you go to amusement parks, the one that goes up and down like an elevator. I absolutely am terrified of those. So I thought it was gonna be that feeling, but it was actually super gentle. There's really big, flames that shot up to fly us out, and it was super gentle. And it was just so cool flying over. So I'll try to insert some pictures just so you can see it. But after that ride, it's really funny. So going into cross stitch, it is actually making me want to start Balloon Glow from Dimensions, just because it's also like a hot air balloon kit. So I'm gonna add that to my new starts after I finish my Dimensions kits. So I think I'll do that. So anyway, for today's video, I know it's been a while, and I'm really trying my best to upload more, but it's just been a little hard finding some time to do so. But what I like to do is first show you my very first finish of the year. This is also like a really big milestone. This is my very first Mirabilia finish. I have finished Athena. I ended up finishing Athena in 94 days. I counted the number of days. So it's not 94 consecutive days, it's 94 stitching days. So I think I started this in October 2021 and finished it in March. And so I stitched it for 94 days during that period. And so here is the finished product. I'm gonna try my best to showcase this. I also posted a like a beading tutorial in case you're trying to figure out how to do beading or want to see how I beaded it. But basically, just look how gorgeous Athena is. I honestly did not realize how much beading this lady has. Athena has over 1,000 beads in this project. So it was really fun. So I just want to showcase where these are. They are all over the curtains, like so. And then going through her head, it is just gorgeous. And she also has some treasures, so across her dress right here and also on top. It is just absolutely gorgeous. I really enjoy stitching Athena, and I am super proud to have finished it in 94 days. So here it is again. I cannot get over how beautiful this turned out. So I am definitely hooked. And I think it is super worth it. Beading can be a little bit intimidating, I'm not gonna lie, especially with Athena and the number of beads that it had. But honestly, it's just like stitching. You just bead one at a time. And so I spread it out over a number of days so that I don't get overwhelmed. So yeah, I'm super excited. I will definitely be framing this, but I just don't think I'm going to send it to the framers until after my wedding. I just want to get that done first, and see if maybe there are other projects that I like to send in besides this one. So yeah, this is my very first finish of the year, my very first Mirabilia. I am definitely hooked, and I can definitely see the hype and why everyone is so obsessed with Mirabilias. They are gorgeous. Nora Corbett is such an amazing designer, and the flosses, specialty threads, the beads, everything like that, it is just, it's so intricate. It's amazing. So I'm really happy with this, and I have a very healthy stash of Mirabilias and the small Nora Corbett design. So I am really excited for future designs as well. So yeah, this is my very first finish of the year. Now, to whips. I have actually been very busy with my whips. If you have been following me for a while, I'm not the biggest fan of having too many whips in my stash. And there's nothing wrong if you have a lot of whips. You know, to each their own. It's just, for me, I don't like having too many. Kind of weird. I always feel like I always put feelings in my whips, meaning like I like to think that they have feelings, so I don't want them to feel neglected. So yeah, I try not to have too many. The max that I actually feel comfortable having is 10 whips. Like, I think that's a lot. And so I will always only have 10 whips at a time, and I won't start a new stitch until I have, you know, completed a new project. It's just so that I can make sure that I do finish my projects. It's just how I incentivize myself. So without further ado, let me go through my whips that I have been stitching lately. So starting off, this is the progress for the Christmas wreath sal. It's not a sal, sorry. This has been done, but this is the Christmas wreath project from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. Here it is. I am about halfway done, I believe. I actually need to move this. I need to move the Q snap, but I finished about 50%. And this is such a super fun stitch. I know I mentioned this each time, but I actually love the fabric that I chose. This is 32 count petite point blue gray, I believe. Yeah, they're polka dots. They just make me so happy every time I stitch it. And the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery just has a really easy, they're pretty easy for stitching, so this goes by really fast. I actually could probably finish this really fast if I just make this a focus project, but you know, I like taking my time on this just because it's super cute. But yeah, I'm 50% done. I have no doubt that I will finish this definitely before Christmas. So I'm going to just continue working on this the next few months until they're completely finished. So again, this is the Christmas wreath project from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. With that, they do have a current stitch along right now, which I've decided to participate. This is the Under the Sea. This is the Under the Sea sal at the moment. It's a mystery stitch along, so I don't have the entire project, but this is what I currently have. This is clue number 1. It is super cute. It is like a mermaid with the 2 dolphins. They actually have little bubbles. I don't know the color of this fabric. I got this off a D-stash, but it's super pretty. It's a 32 count fabric. This is opalescent on a fat 8. So it's a very, it's not a huge project. It's on a fat 8 fabric, so it's super cute. I believe the sal has 9 clues, and so they started March 25th, and then they're gonna send it to us every single month until the entire project is done. So this is it. My goal is to finish the clues each month. They're not huge, at least so far they're not huge, so I think it's completely doable. I actually finished this in one day, so it is definitely doable if you have the time. You can definitely stretch this out for a whole month and be able to finish. So I think if you are ever curious in starting a stitch along, like a mystery stitch along, the Under the Sea stitch along is a good one to join. They also currently sell the entire kit in their website. At least when I saw it yesterday, they have some in stock. So they do have a different fabric that they chose, which is called Nessie, and I think it's on a 28 count. So if you stitch it 2 over 2, that's essentially a 14 count. So if you'd like a bigger stitch count, that definitely should work for you. Or, you know, like me, if you have fabric sitting in your stash that you'd like to use, I think that would also work really well. So yeah, really excited for the rest of this stitch along. So far so good. I also want to mention, so for this, in their guide, there are 3 variegated flosses from, I think it's Classic Colorworks. And then there's one for a rainbow petite braid. Is that what it's called? I can't remember, but I don't have those threads, but they also sent in the DMC conversion. So I am just using DMC. Actually for this, I'm using a mixture of DMC and CXC flosses, just because I have a lot in my stash and I don't feel like buying any more flosses when I don't need to. So I am just going to stitch this using those flosses, but it's up to you. I've seen some people actually convert this into, you know, whatever stash of flosses they have. So if you have like those fancy flosses of the month subscription boxes and you don't know what to use them for, I think like this is like one of those projects where that might come in handy just to use. I'm sure that would look really gorgeous, especially with like variegation and stuff. That would look great. So yeah, Under the Sea stitch along from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, and I will link all of this down below. So in case you're interested, you can definitely join the sale whenever you want to join. So it doesn't mean that you missed out on the Clue one that you can't join anymore. You can basically join wherever. So yeah, the next one is Napping Kitten from Dimensions Gold Petite. So this is my current progress so far. It's really pretty. It's coming along. So I am currently stitching this with Floz from a couple of dabblers. I will link down her YouTube channel below. She shares it with her husband, but go and check her out. I was stitching this along with her. It's been really fun. I think I have made really good progress. I actually ended up taking this with me to Mexico City. So I have had time to do some stitches. Sorry, my dog is stretching. If you hear some panting noises and stuff, that's my dog. But I was able to bring this with me to Mexico City, and I was able to stitch on the plane. So from SFO to Mexico City, it's about a 4-hour plane ride. So I definitely had plenty of time to stitch. Oh my God, so dramatic. So I definitely had plenty of time to stitch and be able to catch up. Floz is almost done. When we started, I was ahead, but then I got super into Athena, and so I didn't really work on this pattern. But now that I'm done with Athena, I really want to finish this. I actually want to make a goal of finishing this before I start my new job at the end of the month. So stay tuned. This might be my second finish. Not 100% sure. I don't really want to make, I don't want to put that pressure on me if I don't make it. It's not a big deal. But it's a somewhat, I don't know, I guess I would say it's an easy stitch, at least for me. The complete pattern design is 5x7, as most dimension petite collections are, and it's on 18 count Aida. This will have a lot of half stitches as a background, so I think that will be really fast. Right now I'm trying to complete the body of the cat before I move on to the half stitches. But yeah, it's been super easy. The only thing I would say about this is the colors are pretty muted. So since the colors are pretty muted, I'm not like super loving stitching this just because I prefer brighter colors. It gets a little bit boring, especially like around this area. But it's pretty cool though. And it's coming along so well. And then there's going to be backstitching to really make the kitten come alive. Let me actually show you the preview. This is what the preview looks like. So this is what it will look like when the pattern is finished. So it's super cute. If you are interested in this pattern or this kit, I would say, I purchased mine off Amazon. If you're in the US, the Amazon store has this. It's not out of print yet. I think I paid $10 for this, so it's a really good deal for what you get. You get this, and you get all of the fabric and the not all the fabric, all the threads and stuff. So it comes with the 2 thread organizers, plus the fabric and a needle. So yeah, if you are interested, you can purchase this on Amazon. Yeah, it's super nice. Let's see. If you are curious, I have seen a lot of questions on Facebook groups on scissors and what you can take. So when I traveled with mine, this was my travel project, so I did carry this on, and I actually carried scissors with me. This is the scissors that I brought over. This scissor is also from Amazon, and I had no issue going through security with this one. I was actually nervous that they might confiscate this because technically, like it's not super blunt, but we measured the blade, and this is only about like an inch, like blade, like the tipping, like the tip wise. So I had no issue taking this in, going to Mexico and back, but I have heard certain people say that theirs were confiscated at other airports. So I think it really just depends on security, but in case you want to risk it, not risk it, but you know what I mean, like if you would like to try to bring scissors, this is a good alternative. This is also pretty cheap. I think this was about $5. I got this from Amazon, and it actually has a sleeve. I just don't know where mine is, but yeah, otherwise I typically bring nail cutters to use as scissors because those are never complicated. But yeah, just something to think about. So yeah, that is Napping Kitten. All right, the next one, sorry about that. So the next one, it's another Dimensions kit. This is Paris Market, and this is my progress so far. For this one, I am stitching this along with Sasha from Born to Stitch. She doesn't have a Flosstube, but she is on Instagram. If you are interested in following her, I will also leave her info below if you'd like to check her out. But yeah, this is Paris Market. I think I'm going from like top to bottom based on like what the frame is, and then I'll go to this side. I am a cross-country stitcher, so if you've never heard of cross-country, it just means that how do I say it? It's basically like you have like your color thread, and then you just basically stitch it going to the next portion, like wherever it will take you. So it's not like parking where you work on like a 10 by 10 block each time. You basically cross the fabric. That might have been really confusing, but yeah, I'm a cross-country stitcher. I do like going through, at least for this one, it's a full coverage, so I like going down like the block like this. So it's super pretty. I do want to finish this year. The bottom with the flowers does get a little bit confettied. This is what my back looks like right now. I'm sorry if there is a glare. It's very sunny today, which I'm not complaining. I know there are certain parts right now where it's like snowing, so I'm not complaining that it's a nice spring day. So, but I do apologize for the glare, but if you can't really see. But yeah, it is super pretty. I'm excited to finish off the flowers, and I am trying to backstitch as I go because this project has tons of backstitch. So that is Paris Market. I think this is the, let me just make sure. Yep. So this is the preview of that pattern. This is the pattern. It's super pretty. Definitely tons of backstitch, but it's going to look gorgeous when it's done. So really excited. Again, if you are interested in this kit, you can also get this from Amazon. I think, well, when I purchased this a long time ago. I think it was like just a little over $20. I think the prices have gone up, so you might have to pay a little bit more, but it's still quite affordable because you get everything already in the kit. So yeah, if you're interested, you can get this on Amazon if you are in the US. I can't really speak to other countries where you can get this, but if you have an Amazon, you might be able to get it from there. So yeah, I am hoping to also get this done by this year, just because I think it would look really pretty. Okay, so since I am done with Athena, I've been trying to have self-control in starting Mirabilias because Mirabilias can be quite large. Athena was my very first one, and I definitely went big. So, you know, for those of you that are intimidated, it is possible. You just have to treat it like every other project out there. It's one stitch at a time. So since I am done with Athena, my very next project that I wanted to start is Santa's Magic. So as if you've been following me for a while, you know that Santa's Magic was one of my unicorn kits that I have been wanting to stitch. So Santa's Magic is unfortunately out of print, and so I had a hard time buying the chart for a reasonable price. But then one of my viewers, Donna, can never thank her ever, can never thank her enough, graciously gifted the pattern to me along with other out of print Mirabilias. It was super sweet. So yeah, I have been really excited to stitch Santa's Magic, and so the day has come. I haven't really made a lot of progress in Santa's Magic, but I am planning to at least get through 10% by end of this month. So this is my start so far. It's not too much. It's literally just in the middle. But if you are curious, this is the pattern. Santa's Magic. I'm sorry if there's like a glare. Yeah, Santa's Magic. He is also a big boy. Santa's Magic stitch count is 234 by 276. So it is still quite huge. I don't know how big Athena was, but I think Santa's Magic doesn't have as much stitching, but it does have a lot of cranic. So this is my project bag for Santa's Magic, and it has tons of cranic. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but just to give you an idea of how many there are, this is fully kitted up, so I have everything. This is the number of cranics or like cranics that you will need. Like I think peacock alone, like this color, you need like 4 spools so far. Yeah, there's 4 spools of that alone. So yeah, a lot of cranics, whatever, you know what I mean. Yeah, and then it also comes with the whisper threads that I absolutely hate, but I will endure it. So 2 of the whisper threads, probably for his beard, and then this one, the brown one. The one listed in the pattern, which is Whisper Brown W75. This is actually out of stock. I think it's actually discontinued. Sorry, it's discontinued. So yeah, it's definitely out of stock. It's discontinued. So when I went in, they said that this is W68 is the whisper thread that you can use to substitute for W75. So in case you'd like to start Santa's Magic, this is the whisper thread that you can get instead of W75, W68. I am also stitching this with Sasha. I'm stitching a lot of projects with her because we both realized that we pretty much have the same taste in everything, so we have a lot of stuff together. So you know, it's always fun to stitch with a friend. So yeah, Santa's Magic. This is MD number 15, and it was from 1995. So it's an oldie but a goodie. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to make headway. I will let you know how it goes with stitching with the Cranix. I did use Cranix on Athena, but the Athena one, the Cranix were used for, they're more like back stitches. They were never full crosses, and I believe for Santa's Magic, they're actually used like a normal thread. So I will let you know how that goes. The only time I've ever really used like a metallic thread was when I stitched the Dimensions Tea Garden, the Japanese tea garden, and I absolutely hated it. So I hope that Cranix, at least for cross stitching, goes a lot better. All of the ones here are number 8. So yeah, we shall see. Also, if you haven't noticed, I started in the middle. So I was originally going to grid this, but I got impatient because I really wanted to start it. So I just decided that I will start in the middle of the project instead of trying to grid and then start from like the top. Because I mean, technically, like if you look at Santa's Magic, there's really nothing on the corners anyway. He's really more in the middle. So I was like, okay, I don't really think it's necessary. So I'm starting in the middle. I think it's about this place right here is where I'm starting. Oh my God, it's so glary. Hopefully you can see that. So yeah, I look forward more to the progress for this one. And then the very last project that I have been working on lately, this is another one that I have been wanting to start for a very long time. Not as long as Santa's Magic, but I have also been wanting to start this for a while, ever since I got the pattern. And this is the Praiseworthy Stitches Widow Blacks B&B. This is my progress so far. So I've basically finished the first page. I think there's only like one symbol left, which has probably 10 stitches on it. So I'm gonna consider that good to go. Not including the buttons. But yeah, I'm pretty much done with like first page, which is this ghost, and then come into and then like a little bit of the tree and some of this is supposed to be a raven. But yeah, I'm pretty much done with the first page. My goal before I move on to one of my other whips is to finish 2 pages of Praiseworthy Stitches. So there's going to be like a little bit of a roof here. I already got started with it. But yeah, it's really fun. This is super fun. If you have never seen the preview for this, let me see if I can pull it up. The preview. Oh, there it is. Okay, might be easier if I just take out the supply list. But yeah, this is the preview of the pattern. It is so glary, my lord. Okay, so this is the preview of the Widow Black B&B. It is so cute. Again, a super fun and easy stitch from Praiseworthy Stitches. So I am using the called for threads, which are the Weeks Dye Works and Gentle Arts. So I pretty much fully kitted this up. So these are all of the flosses. They can get pretty pricey because they are the you know, the nice variegated flosses. I actually picked these up, like all my flosses. I picked this up during Black Friday from the Fat Quarter Shop, because the Fat Quarter Shop had a 15% off coupon during Black Friday for, I think it was everything in their stock. So I decided to go ahead and purchase all of these. So I got them for 15% off. It was a really good deal. And yeah, I was able to fully kit up everything. It does also come with buttons. This is from Just Another Button Company. It is so cute. These, you can stitch them on it. So yeah, it is super cute. I'm excited to finish this. If you want to see what this looks like fully finished, go check out Rika from House of Stitch and Stash. She finished this last year and it looks so good. She's actually the reason why I picked up this pattern. I've actually never really heard of Praiseworthy Stitches until she mentioned it, until I saw her project. And so I after I saw this, I went to my local needle workshop, my LNS, and I was able to pick this up. No, actually, I got this from 123 Stitch. Mine didn't have it, but I went to my LNS, picked up their winter charts that I've also fully kitted up, one of them, which is a churchyard Christmas. But I bought like a bunch of their winter patterns, and then I picked this up from 123 Stitch when they went back in stock. So this is really pretty. I'm really excited for this. The other one that they have, I think it's called Bump in the Night. I also want that one. That one's on my wish list that I would like to purchase once I'm done with this one. So again, this is what the preview would look like. It's just so cute. So yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing this. It's really fast, honestly, so I'm hoping it's not gonna take me a very long time. We shall see though. I do have quite a lot, so I think I want to finish this before I start another one of my other new starts. So yeah, those are all of my whips. So some have asked, you know, how do you figure out what to stitch? I don't think I'm a seasonal stitcher. So a seasonal stitcher, you typically stitch based on the season. So if it's it's springtime right now. Like typically if you're like a seasonal stitcher, you'll be working on projects that are spring related. As you can see from my whips of files that I'm not a seasonal stitcher, because I mean, I'm working on a Halloween one, I'm working on a winter one, so definitely not a seasonal stitcher. Because I have a handful of different designers in my stash. How I do my whips is I try to grab each one by designer and then I rotate off that. So I have a project from Dimensions Gold, then I have one for Dimensions Gold Petite, I have a Praiseworthy, like a Frosted Pumpkin, I have a Mirabilia, and so those are basically like my designers. And so for example, I talked about Balloon Glow from Dimensions that I would like to start eventually. So I'm not going to start that until I'm done with Paris Market, just because I'd like to be stitching one designer at a time and not have too many. So I don't want to have like 5 Dimensions Gold started at the same time, just because most Dimensions Gold projects are also big. They're mostly full coverage, or have a lot of stuff going on. And same with Mirabilia, as I only want to do, at least for now, I don't want to say never, but for now, I'm only comfortable taking on one Mirabilia project at a time. So once I'm done with Santa's Magic, I'll probably work on Garden Party that I also have kitted up. So yeah, that's how I do. I figure out what goes in my rotation. And then in terms of actually making progress, it really just depends. There are times where, you know, I have a focus project. So for January and February, pretty much my focus was Athena. That was my focus project. And then I had worked a little bit on like another project, maybe during lunchtime, just so I can make a little bit of progress on the other projects as well. But I'll have like a focus one, so that will be stitched much faster. I think for now, since I'm done with Athena, what I'm currently doing is stitching 10% for each project and then rotating that with the next one, just so that I get a little bit of progress for every single one that I'm currently stitching. But as you've seen, like, you know, it does, you know, my methods change every once in a while. It really just depends on you know, what I feel like stitching. If I am really into a project, I will probably stitch on it until I get bored. So it might not be 10%. I might end up wanting to stitch about 25% of it, or, you know, until I'm done. It really just depends on, you know, how much I'd like to stitch it. And that's just how, at least that's how I work on my projects, so that I can make progress. Like I mentioned before, cross stitching is all about your enjoyment. So just because one method works for one person doesn't mean that, you know, you should follow that. You know, make your own fun. It's all about enjoyment. I would just have to say, just because you see, you know, I mentioned this before, but it's really easy to start a lot of projects, especially when you watch people on Flosstube have so many. You know, you do tend to want to stitch more projects, and that's completely up to you if you like to do that. But don't feel pressure to always start on new projects. If you feel like you just want to concentrate on one, there's nothing wrong with that. You do you, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so enough babbling. Those are all my whips. I'm going to share a little bit of a haul. I don't have too much compared to last time, just because, you know, I do have a lot of projects. So just a few. So this is the fabric of the month from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. I love the name of the shop. I am a member of their Fabric of the Month club, so I am signed up to receive a 32 count linen every single month, and I signed up for their fat quarter. So this is for the month of March. The title of the fabric is called Chai Love You. It's super cute. I think I signed up, I can't remember. There are so many different Fabric of the Month clubs out there that you can join. I can't remember if Fiberlicious have an option to do neutral or colorful or both. But based on what I have been receiving, I've been receiving both. So maybe that's the subscription that I'm at. But yeah, if you are interested, go check out the website. I will also link down on the description below. They do have, I think it is hard to get a spot. So I think you can put I think you can put yourself on the wait list though if there's no openings. But yeah, this is the fabric of the month. I think for this one, this is $28 and then plus shipping. So I think this came out to about $32. So yeah, this is it. I am looking forward to the April fabric of the month. I believe she already showed what it is on Instagram, but I can't remember what it is. So I'm just gonna be excited when I receive it towards the end of the month. So yeah, Chai, love you. So that's my fabric. And then I won 2 items on eBay. So I got these 2 Gold Collection Petite kits from eBay. So the first one is Beacon at Daybreak. This one I'm a little bit bummed. I got super excited. I got this for $6 shipped, and then I realized it did not come with the thread. I messaged the seller because it was advertised as new and unused, never opened, things like that. And I was like, hey, it doesn't have the thread and you advertised it as new. Do you actually have it that you can send to me? And I think they are one of those eBay shops where they just get these, you know, to sell. And so they were like, no, this is what it came with when I got it. And I thought that this was unopened. So they're like, what can I do to make this right? Because it was only $6 total, like including shipping, I was just like, it's fine, I will just take it as is, just because I have, you know, I have enough stash. I mean, I have enough flosses in my stash because the dimension kits that I've stitched before, they give you more than enough flosses. So I think that I should be able to just pull the flosses, and for anything missing, I can always convert the dimensions colors to DMC. So it's not the end of the world, but again, this is what the pattern looks like. So at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. So yeah, this is the first one, Beacon at Daybreak. So the one that I have, it looks like it's the US version, but you can still get this on Amazon. At least I think you do. I think if you get this on Amazon, you will get the Chinese version. So in case you are not aware, back in the day, Dimensions used to have the US version. So the US version was made in the USA, and they just come with like a bundle of thread. So actually, good segue. This is my second one that I won on eBay. I'm actually really excited because this one is out of print, and I usually see this go for about, like, the smallest one I've seen is not smallest, but the cheapest that I've seen this go for was about $50. And so I actually won this for $20. This is called Holy Nativity. It's super pretty. I don't think the preview does it justice. If you are interested in seeing what this looks like fully stitched up, go check out Luda from Cross Stitch with Luda, and you should be able to see what this looks like stitched up. It is gorgeous. Let me take out the preview just so you can see, but yeah, this is the preview. I like it because it's basically, it looks like a stained glass, so I absolutely love that. And again, this is the US version, so made in the USA. And how you can tell, so in the US, like if you get like a USA kit, your threads just come like this. It just comes in a bundle, and then you have to organize this yourself. Compared to the newer versions of Dimensions where it's made in China. So that's what it means by Chinese kit, like Dimensions Chinese kits. I want to make sure people understand, because some people think that when I say the Chinese kits, they mean like Joy Sunday, which is the bootleg version. So I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about Dimension kits made in China. So this one is made in the USA. It's in a bundle. I have to figure out the colors for these myself, which is actually really annoying compared to the Chinese Dimension kits made in China. So these ones are already pre-sorted, meaning they come in these pallets, they're already numbered for you. That is the main difference with the USA versus Chinese kits. I think, or I know, the new Dimension kits come from China now, so they all are pre-sorted. So if you get the ones that are bundled, that means you have the American US made version, like back in the old days. So I've actually never stitched a US version, so that will be a good thing to figure out what the differences are. I think I heard the fabric is softer with the US kits versus the China ones, and I just touched the fabric on the Holy Nativity and I can definitely agree so far based on the feel. The Chinese kits are pretty stiff. They're actually super stiff. They usually bend the needles that it comes with, so just something to know in case you're wondering. Personally though, I like the Chinese kits more because I don't like sorting the threads. I prefer that it already comes bundled and ready for me to go, because sometimes, you know, I think when I was looking at the Holy Nativity, they have colors that's like brown, and then there's like a beige, and so I have to sort this out and figure out like which color is which. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to sort this out correctly. Not the end of the world, if anything. So yeah, something to keep in mind. But yeah, if you're interested, this one is out of print, so I think you'll have to find this on eBay, or if you luck out, maybe someone sells it on like Marketplace or Mercari. Well, really annoying. It looks like my video stopped and didn't record the last 15 minutes. So if this cuts out really weird, that's the reason why. But going back, yeah, if you do want to get this one, you are most likely going to have to pay a little bit more just because it's out of print. So yeah, Holy Nativity. Okay, so after that, I then ended up placing an order on eBay for Soda Stitch. So if you don't know, Soda Stitch stands for Sense of the Daily Art. You've probably seen their designs. They are super cute. They have a lot of backstitch, but they're like a super cutesy design. So I ended up placing an order on eBay because I wanted the paper patterns. Soda Stitch is a South Korean designer. So this is the pattern that I have been wanting to get for a while. This is called Sweet Bears. And this is actually going to be my last start of the year. Well, let me clarify. When I say last start of the year, it just means like I'm going to be starting this, and then any other new starts in the future will be after I finish a project. So I'm going to start this after I finish my 2 pages of praiseworthy stitches. This is actually going to be my birthday start. It's April, so my birthday is at the end of the month, and so I will be doing this one. I already picked out the fabric for it. This is a fabric I got from Amazon. This is the red polka dot version of that white one that I got for the frosted pumpkin stitchery. So I thought that this would be super duper cute. So yeah, I am super excited. So Soda Stitch, you can get the pattern either as a PDF or as a paper pattern. So if you want your PDF to just be sent to you through email, you can actually purchase this directly from Soda Stitch themselves. I will link down their Etsy store down below in case you're interested. And I will also link down the store on eBay that I purchased the paper patterns from. Just because the one that I got is an official retailer of Soda Stitch. Soda Stitch has mentioned before that there's like other stores out there that have been selling the bootleg pattern. So I will link down the stores below. So yeah, this is just super duper cute. I love it. It's called Sweet Bears. It's basically just a stack of bears with different kinds of desserts. So there's like a cake, a macaroon, cupcakes, lollipops. It is super cute. So yeah, if you are interested in stitching this along with me, I will also be stitching this with Sasha. She has the longer version. There is an extended version of this, but it has been discontinued. Believe me, I've been trying to find it, but I can't. But yeah, it's super cute. If you're interested, get the pattern. It is so adorable. And so cute. So yeah, really excited. So I got this, and then this pattern that I showed, this is actually a freebie that came with my order. It's called Lovers on the Beach. Super cute. I actually think I will probably stitch this but change the color just so that it matches more to me and my fiance. So I think the boy is fine, but for the little girl, just to match with me, I think I would want to make that a little bit darker. Give me 1 second. It actually looks like it's a little dark out here. Let me just turn on the light. See. I don't really know if that made any difference, but whatever. So yeah, then the next one, I actually ended up getting the Soda Stitch Fairy Tale series. So here's the Fairy Tale series. There's 16 patterns. They're all quite small, so I think it would be an easy stitch. All of them are 19 by 19 centimeter design. It actually looks like the size is basically 57 width by 58 height. If you're looking for the stitch count, that's just to show how small it is. So yeah, I got all 16 of them in paper patterns. It is so adorable. So let me show you. The first one is Hansel and Gretel. Super cute. I think, yeah, Hansel and Gretel. And I think, each one actually shows you the pattern if you just want to do like for a mini cushion. They also give you the like a smaller pattern. So each pattern comes like this and then like that. So yeah, Hansel and Gretel. This is Alice in Wonderland. Again, pin cushion. There is the Snow Queen. I'm really excited for the Snow Queen. I read this fairy tale as a child, so I actually really like the story. Pinocchio. The Little Prince. I've actually never read The Little Prince, so I think I will pick that up just so I know what the story is. But yeah, Little Prince. Sleeping Beauty. Cinderella. Rapunzel. Again, super cute. Another one I'm really excited to see is Thumbelina. I feel like Thumbelina is not super well known, so really excited to also see Thumbelina. Beauty and the Beast. The Little Mermaid. I think it's actually cute. The Little Mermaid has purple hair instead of red. The Nutcracker. I also don't know the story of the Nutcracker. I've also never seen any of the plays or anything like that, the plays during Christmas. So another book I would probably want to just read up on. The Wizard of Oz. Little Red Riding Hood. Aladdin's Wonderful Lamp. Again, super cute. Anne of Green Gables. I read Anne of Green Gables a long time ago, but I honestly don't remember what the story is about. So I think I'm also going to read up on this just to refresh my memory. Snow White. And lastly, Peter Pan. So super cute. I'm really excited. I think, you know, Soda Stitch is super cute with their designs. Especially, I think if you have kids, I think this fairy tale series would be great to, you know, stitch for your kids. And I also like how for each one, they tell you like how you can also make use of the design. So for example, like this is like the actual stitch, but you can also make this into different ones, like a cushion, a pillow, or like a wall clock. So you can turn it into different ones. So I thought that was pretty clever. Again, if you are interested in any of these designs, I will link down the shops below. They have a lot more that I wanted to purchase, but I have a lot in my stash, so I'm trying my best not to buy everything. But there is one that's called like, they have a series of shops that are super cute. That's gonna go in my wish list for the future. After maybe stitching half of the fairy tales, then I think I will go and purchase the other ones. So yeah, that is it for today. I hope you all have a great, you know, a great weekend. Please stay safe and happy stitching, everyone. Bye now.